It's your boy Girl here, back another video, and today I was about to tell you guys, man. Today we'll be doing the Ultra Kid Buu's best equipments and everything like that. So, surprisingly enough, I actually made a video on this, but I had to remake the video actually looking at Kid Buu's whole kit. He's actually a defensive type, so I honestly thought he was a strike based type. So the first video that I made, you guys are not going to see it, but there was a lot of equipment that was more on the strike based side, where it's like a regen melee or melee equipment and stuff like that, and those are not going to be viable for Kid Buu because he's a defensive type. He's not a melee attacker, which I just feel is pretty dumb. But it's kind of like the USV thing, where USV wants to be strike based, but he's a defensive type. So I personally don't understand why he's a defensive type. There's really nothing much about his kit that's defensive. I guess just him having endurance. I guess that's the only reason why he has that. But I guess with USV, his counter, his gauge thing has that little defensive counter thing, but his counter gets like extra card draw speed and stuff. So really confused why he's considered to be defensive type, only besides having endurance. But Beast Gohan has endurance and stuff like that, so it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Road to 13K, and without further ado, let's get on with his best equipment. So yeah, he is a defensive type, and let's get on with this. So this is actually DKP, so let me actually delete this here, and let's actually start off with the pure equipment. So this is probably going to be his best pure equipment in terms of him being a strike based unit, because his regular Z ability does buff strike. So I'm assuming even though he's a defensive unit, he wants to be doing more strike damage, kind of like your USV. So you want to have this equipment. This equipment is found in co-op, gives him base health, and then you want to go for the base strike attack and then the pure strike attack when regen is a battle member, which that will apply to himself. So he's going to get the extra health and then the extra base strike attack with the pure strike, which is really good. I personally really like that combo with the base strike and pure strike. And then although slot 3, if you're rocking on like a regen team, it's not going to apply to him. I still feel like even just with slot 1 and slot 2, it's really amazing. So I feel like this is going to be his best pure because he's getting health. He is a endurance type, so you want him to have as much health as possible. Then he's getting the pure strike with the base strike. I feel like this is going to be his best pure equipment. So just make sure you just have a lot of high base strike Z ability around your Kid Buu, right? So yeah, although you're not gonna most likely rock him on Majin Buu Saga, but this is slot 1 and slot 2 is really good enough. So if you're rocking him on a regen team, this is going to be the pure equipment that you want to rock. Now I know there's actually another equipment that actually gives more pure strike attack than this equipment, but the problem is he is not a melee type. The one that has the number on it where it says Dimension Sword, I think that's what it's called, that one can't apply to him because he is not a regen melee type. So although that gives him the pure 6 strike attack, this one's giving him up to 5. So he takes a hit from getting the 18 pure, but he gets the 15 pure. But it's just because he's not a regen melee type, he's a regen defensive type. So he has to rock this equipment, unfortunately. So you want to roll for the strike defense, you feel me? Why not have strike defense? Or I mean, you can have blast defense, but most of the time you're facing strike based units, so just go for the strike defense for slot 1, then blast attack, which is, it's not bad, but then you get into pure strike. So if you do rock him on a full regen setup, you could rock this just to give him more pure strike. But me personally, I still feel like this is better. Getting the extra health, I feel like is way worth than the extra 5 pure for the strike attack, in my opinion. So let's hop into the next pure that he can actually rock. Is actually this one. Now if you rock him, say for example you don't want to farm this equipment, right? I still feel like this is the best pure, but say for example you don't want to farm for that equipment in co-op, you hate co-op, which is understandable. You can actually rock this equipment. Now double defense, and then he gets pure 10 to strike when regen character is a battle member, which that will apply to himself. And say for example you rocking him, say androids, you rocking on androids with like the double 17s in him, so you have double endurance, and you have someone that destroys Dragon Balls with the GT 17. You can rock him on that and just have this pure equipment on him, so it'll apply single-handedly to him instead of being on a full regen team. This will just apply to himself because he is a regen unit. So it just helps out if you want to rock this. But me personally, I feel like this is the best pure equipment. Try to grind the co-op, try to get at least a gold or something that can turn to a Z plus with the slot 1. It's like 8.75 on this, and you can get this to like a Z plus still. So Just feel like this is his best pure equipment. And then let's hop into like his regular equipments, and then that's basically it. This is basically gonna be it with the video. So next we have this one. I think this is gonna be one of his more optimal equipments because it has high key recovery. He is a unit that can get to double card draw speed at most of the times, double defense. He is an endurance type, so you do want his defense to look nice, and then he get up to 35 base strike. So he is Majin Buu Saga, and it's a plat. So I really feel like this is going to be one of his more optimal equipments as like his second slot. So you have this one as his first slot, and then you have this one as his second slot, and then these other two ones are okay. I don't think they're nothing crazy, but we can take a look at them real quick, and I'll show you guys I feel like his third best equipment. But this one here has special move damage, 25 strike, and an extra 10 to Saiyans for 60 timer counts. So you guys know UGB, Ultra Rose, you have Tag Forge, you have Boo Bros, you have Goku 4, you have not Ultra, you have LF Rose, you have Rev UI, you have Trunks and Vegeta. There's a lot of Saiyans running around. So I mean, doing extra 10 damage to Saiyans for 60 timer counts is not bad, especially if you can get a good combo with him. You can maybe have that extra 10 to really help you out. I'm not the biggest fan of these equipments just because of the 60 timer counts, but sometimes it does help though, right? Like some of these matches do go by quick, so most matches are finishing around 60 timer counts. So, you know, this is effective, right? This is effective 25 strike, and this blessed blue card, he does have ways of locking his blue card damage when his gauge is full. So just doing extra blue card just to guarantee that kill can help out for sure. So this is not a bad equipment for sure. This is a pretty solid equipment. I want to say this is his optimal one, but this is a pretty solid choice if you want to go with that. And then this last one is an awakened region equipment. It's for yellow region. He is yellow region, and this applies to himself. Strike attack, double attacks right here. Go for the strike defense, and then slot 3 you want to go for the strike attack. So you get up to 33 base strike, 13 base blast attack, and then 20 strike defense. You can't really go wrong with that. But like I said, this is a pretty solid equipment. I want to say this is his more optimal equipment. The last optimal equipment that is actually going to drop later when the co-op reset is actually this equipment here. So this is for yellow region. You guys see here, strike defense, which is good. Health restoration, he heals every time he draws a new card. Strike attack to 35, and then base health to 10. So if you add this equipment with this equipment, he's getting up to 20 base health here, and then he's getting his pierce strike attack, and then you add like a equipment like this one, and he's getting another 35 here with double defense. I feel like these three are gonna be his main equipments, unless they drop more in the future. But I feel like these three are going to be his more optimal equipment. So you have this pure equipment here, then after that you want to go for this equipment here, try to get that, and then his last equipment, which is going to be later in co-op when co-op resets, is going to be this equipment here. You definitely want to have this. So those are going to be his main three. The other equipments are fine, but he's pretty much going to be rocking triple plats on them. That's going to be his main optimal equipment. It's just triple plats on the Ultra Kid Buu, and everything else is pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, him being a defensive type definitely hurts in some of the equipment that he could have used for sure, especially since Regen doesn't really have that much good equipment compared to like Saiyans or Movies or Future. They don't really have that broad good equipment, so he's really strict on what equipment you need to have, and it's all plats too, so they're really difficult to re-roll and get Z+, and there's just a lot of resources to get. But if you want him to be the best, those are going to be his top 3 for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and man, I'm out. Peace.